Okay, so now I'm going to start making videos and actually narrate them because that's the way you're supposed to do it. It's a lot better like that. So basically, the last video I put up there, I was in my attic and I was showing I was showing how crazy it was up there with all the way mold was entering from a certain source. In the video where I go up in the attic to the far corner and I look over the edge, that would be looking down into basically this spot over here. And I said that this was one of the sources. This is basically the main source. There's actually more than one, but this is like the big one. This is like the smoking gun. So this is probably the craziest. This blew my mind the most. Like, this is probably gonna blow your mind too, and it's pretty interesting. And well, I guess I might as well just play it first. Oh, by the way, this is a linen closet at the end of a hallway, and next to it is the bathroom. Ow. That was weird, eh? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, because when I was recording this, I turned the phone upside down because the lens is close to the top of the phone, right? So everything's inverted. But did you know that if you go Control Alt arrow keys, you could actually flip the screen around? So I'll try to make it look a little bit like it's supposed to. By the way, I don't edit any of these videos. They're all done in one take. Okay. So, I'm not sure if you saw that, but, that was, okay, that's backwards. That was under a closet to the side. Remember I said, like, they busted up through the concrete? Okay, let me get the next one here. Now, I want you to notice, if you notice anything strange other than just a hole and missing cement.
Look, I can go right fucking through it. It's like sand. Look. This is where a tunnel was. Fucking tunnel rats. This is all done recently. Look how soft this is. You would tamp down the soil, you wouldn't do this.
Let me flip the screen here. Look how much cement there is. See that? Now where we're looking right now, this is almost the end of the house, like back over here. So in this direction here, there's only about like maybe, I don't know, like not even 10, 15 feet that way. And then the other way, it's pretty long. It's like 40 feet. So here, I'll finish this. Now something else that's interesting I wanted to mention is that this stuff here, all of this, I had a different camera before and I would put it down, I would hook it up to like a selfie stick and I would extend it down there. And it would always touch like this, basically all this stuff here. And there would always be one spot where stuff would stick to it, and I thought it was strange. And what it was is there was a magnet in that part of the camera, and all of this stuff here, you think it's sand or dirt, it's not. It's like iron filings. Yeah, I know, it's pretty weird. I told you my house was built weird. Yeah, it's something, there's a lot of weird stuff about it. By the way, that's a wall here because we're at the end. We're pretty much right at the outer wall of the house on that side. Oh, and that floating stuff? You think that's cobwebs? It's not. That's not. This isn't cobwebs. Okay. So there's one more I want to show for now. Okay, this is when I very first discovered it. Now, a bit of a backstory to this is that we had cut. I had changed the faucets in this tub. I don't know. It must have been like a while ago. Like, I've lived in this house my whole life, so I've lived there for over 42 years, and maybe 15 years ago or something like that, we changed the faucets behind the tub. So we had cut the hole in it, but we hadn't. There was nothing beneath. Like none of this was there. I would have noticed it. Believe me. Yeah, because we did all the pipes. Trust me, you wouldn't. You would see this. So we had cut a hole, but I know this wasn't there. Like I don't know exactly when. I'm gonna say ballpark it around 15 years ago. But this is exactly how I found it, and I recorded it right away. I always do that before I touch anything. So they cut away a lot of wood, and they try to hide it. I don't know if you can tell. They filled in all around here. Oops. Okay, so now I don't know if you've noticed, but basically there's a lot of cement. Okay, my dad built this place himself, right? And I'm sure he had some help too, but he basically was an old school Italian guy, and like he built the place himself. And we had a bunch of greenhouses on the property, like built all that too. And he would do things like an old Italian guy, like above and beyond. Now, on the other side of the house, I had renovated it. I had renovated actually the whole place. But I don't know if you've noticed, there's no stones here tamped down. And at the other side of the house, where my tub is, there's stones. I have pictures for when he was building stuff, there was stones. I had taken there was a greenhouse where I was going to build a garage, and the foundation was still there. It's still there right now. And what I did is I dug it up because I was going to build on the same foundation. And it was like at least like 9 or 10 feet deep. And like, honestly, the footing was like, at the very bottom of the footing, it was like, it must have been like 3 feet wide or something. Like, it was way above code. And there was all stones. It was like pure rocks, believe me. If you ever try to dig through stones, you'll remember. And for some reason, there's no stones here. And it's really soft. And all the concrete is missing. That's taken out of there. Like, there's only my mother and I.
You can go right fucking through it. Sand. Whoops. This is where a tunnel was.
Okay, so now, so basically, like, it's pretty thick cement. And it's gone, and there's no stones. And you could, there's actually like the cement is floating. It's like floating in the air. So I don't know what happened here. It's almost as if somebody had to like take all this out. And what's happening too is that whatever gases or mold is coming up from the ground, it's all soft also, right? So that would, that would be easy to get gas to go through there, or mold, or whatever the hell they're pumping through there. But these tunnels, they basically, there's a gap, and I can go around my house, and I haven't, my mom won't let me inspect the ground. Oh, and you notice all this weird stuff like always floating around. There's always like debris, like weird little things floating around that I don't even see, but the camera picks it up. But anyhow, like I was saying, these tunnels, they kind of go through the house, and they go pretty far. And whatever happens is that this shit that they pump into there, these toxins, they fill the bottom of the house, they go through the walls, and then they also go up into the attic, and they go everywhere actually. Because I could see sometimes this like, it looks almost like mist or steam coming like out of the vents, coming out of the molding in the walls. So what that means is that this stuff is just filled in the cavities under the house, and it's warm, so it rises, and then it goes in between the walls and up into the attic, where it just gets pumped. You're just surrounded with this stuff. It just gets pumped everywhere, and this is obviously done intentionally. Like, this isn't even possible. Like, how does this stuff happen? Stones disappear, cement disappears. It's like there's like wiring that's changed around up there. That's probably to irradiate you. Everything is to try to make you sick. But there's some weird gases that come out of the ground, and it's like, believe me, outside I can still see this stuff, and it kills plant life. And I have a video where you can see my fireplace chimney, where somehow it's getting in there, and it's like bubbling this black stuff. It's like disgusting, and you could feel it. It's weird. Like, it goes pretty far back there. Now, what else I wanted to show is that, okay, maybe not that one. Okay, not that one. It is basically just like how this is all, how it's going through. I was going to show you where it goes through the cracks, or my walls are like kind of hollow. So, okay, this one. So basically over here, there's a pocket door here. It's a pocket door for the bathroom, and it slides through this track right here. But there's a gap in between still. There's like the walls have like a space in them, and in this spot, they kind of took this insulation, and they kind of put it in a way where you couldn't see the hole, but stuff would still come up through here and in between the walls, and then up into that spot where you saw in the other video where I looked over the edge. That was looking down on all this insulation. Like, they try to hide stuff, right? But the gases, they all still come up in the mold. You could see it. You could see it in the wood was rotting above. Like, it's obvious, Like, it's like, that's like, and it was bad in those spots, like really bad. And it was like fine in other spots. Like, the wood was fine. So, yeah, that was like a source. So, yeah, they somebody methodically, like, and meticulously did all this. And it's like, poisoning families doesn't look too good, eh? These people didn't think they would get caught, or I don't know, maybe they thought I would end up dead or something, and I wouldn't be able to discover this or be too scared to talk about it. But like, I'm not at all. Like, it's like, that's the last thing I am. But anyhow, yeah, like, it's pretty strange, and I don't know. It's just I just needed to show that anyhow. But this is pretty much like this is like another nail in the coffin, like, more like lag screws in the coffin with straps around it. So, yeah, I probably should get a criminal investigation or something going, but it's like, when you go to say something, they say you're crazy, right? And let's just say I'm not too trusting, and I know the best way to to approach this is basically to publicly expose it, because all this stuff that happens, so much, put it this way, there's so much stuff that happens nowadays, it's all done under the guise that the bad guys are the good guys. The bad guys always are, they're always the ones who pretend to be good, and once that mask is taken off and you can see what they really are, they're pretty much fucked. Okay, how do I stop this?